All right, everybody, Terrence Pop here with another episode that is
Live from the Lair.
No, it's pre-recorded. I'm going to be covering an article here in a few minutes. I just want to go over an email I got from one of the fans out there. His name is John. I'm not going to use his last name. He says, "My name is John. I'm 24 years old, and I've been out of college for just over 2 years. I finished high school at 16 and graduated with a degree and master's in business. Been out 2 years. He probably did an accelerated course and got himself the MBA, which, okay, I mean, 10 years ago, I guess that was a good accomplishment. In today's world where 2/3 of what you're taught is just indoctrination bullshit.
Bullshit?
Yeah. It's not a good thing. Now, he didn't mention anything about student debt or what have you. I'm sure he probably has some. But he hates his degree because he's lost in lower middle management, which is hell on earth.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Are you the kind of person who's run out of feelings to hurt?
Please send all of your hate mail to my ass, because I don't care.
Then we have the Redonkulas swag for you. And we have multiple locations where you can get it. Go to the Stream Elements store or Crypto Fashion and embrace your inner fat punisher. Because after all,
There's a little bad pop in all of us. Even your mother.
shirts, stickers, mugs, and hats are on sale now. Your support helps keep us independent from big tech and keeps this life-saving train on the tracks. Links are in the Meat Gazer box.
My job is repetitive and boring. Well, welcome to the real world.
First time.
So I am surprised about women in my area because I'm having a very, very bad dry spell since I graduated. While in college, I had several girlfriends and dated a lot. Now, women don't give me the time of day. Do you have any suggestions on what to do about the boredom and lack of pussy?
I love myself 3 times a day. I feel the love.
All right, I really can't do anything about the boredom, okay? Business is boring. You said, you're out of college for 2 years. You're making okay money. So what that is telling me is you're probably pulling in somewhere between 60 and 80K, which is not bad. But you're saying it's, repetitive and boring. Well, welcome to adulting.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Plain and simple. Most of life is nothing but an exercise in repetitive bullshit. Do you think the car salesmen out there, they enjoy their job? Probably not. All the ones I've talked to didn't really like their job, but they liked the money. They hated the hours, but they liked the money.
More money, more money, more money!
All right, you're saying you have another 30 years to go. Well, in current year, it's looking like most of the people out there are never going to get to retire. Because reasons in vagina, meth and dicks, add whatever label you want to it.
Well, shit!
It just is what it is. You can always work at what you're doing until you pay off your student debt. I highly advise you to pay it off as fast as possible and then maybe bankroll a little bit. Now, if you want to break up the monotony and the boredom, maybe you should start your own business, because then you are your own boss, and that's just the way it goes. Now, in regards to having a plethora of women in college, listen, in current year, at least for the past 10 years, women have outnumbered men on virtually every college campus in America. And the women there, they want to, have the college experience, meaning they like to get turned over a lot, if you know what I mean. Okay, they like to get turned over and get exposed to different worms, and things happen. So, listen, on college campus, I'm just going to be honest, you don't have to work that hard. It's a target-rich environment. It just is what it is. Now, I've talked to some special forces medics who went to the 18 Delta course down at, I think it's Fort Sam Houston in Texas. And they were nailing a different chick 2 or 3 times a week. And they were down there for about a year and a half. It was Pussy Central. And you've been in a dry spell for a couple of years. So, what is that telling me? You didn't go into a lot of detail. So, I'm just going to go with you're probably an average looking dude working in lower middle management. Women of current year, they want the money. They want the guys at the top who wield power. Middle management guys don't fit the bill. I'm just being honest with you, John. It is what it is. Now, if you want to hang out in the company for another 5 or 10 years and move up a few ranks and make more money and maybe get some more power, you might have a better chance.
This country, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
My advice is, if you want to play it safe, stay where you're at. If you want to take risks and chances, you're young enough to do it, and if you fuck it up, you can still recover.
You fucked up. You trusted us.
Just don't wait around until you're 40 and decide to make major changes, because it's really hard to recover after that. I'm just telling you. You got a lack of pussy thing going on, I highly advise you to find a slump buster. That's just a mid-level woman, maybe a little bit roomy, full German. Knock some rust off the cue ball, do what you got to do, and maybe that'll give you a reset to thinner and better things. Just saying. I'm going to be doing a series of videos here on dating and interactions and what have you with dating and around that whole
phrasing boom
craziness that I no longer participate in, which is the grueling, brutal selection process of finding a either significant other, friend with benefits, girlfriend, whatever title you wish to attach to that. All right, so we're going to start off here. I got an article I thought I would cover for you guys. It's pretty interesting. It's basically the 100 surprise excuses women use to reject men. This is from an article I read in the 90s in regards to dating. I don't remember which one it was. That's on the other side of the brain injury. And typically, you will go out to the bar and you will go through 15 rejections before you get to one yes. And then you will go through the 7 yeses that you will get in like an annual time frame of going to bars and trying to carouse for chicks. And then, out of that 7, you'll convert roughly half of them either into sex or a long-term situationship. What I mean by long-term is anything 6 months or more. Because back in the day, that was the goal back then. Now, not so much. Women are absolutely crazy.
What am I supposed to do? You won't answer my calls. You changed your number. I mean, I'm not going to be ignored.
In my time, I have heard all of these excuses in some way, shape, or form. And in the beginning, it is a blow to your ego. Not going to lie to you guys. It just is what it is. And rejection is really a man's default setting. And don't let it define you. Don't let it break your will or discourage you. It's just the way it goes. And for what I'm hearing now, the rejection rate is even higher with all of the internet dating and what have you. Because women have the illusion of an insane amount of options when in reality they don't. And they really don't discover this until they get into the epiphany phase, which usually starts between 26 and 30. Usually right before they hit the wall, which usually sets in between 32 and 38. That's when you see women start pulling the pin on the fat grenades. You start seeing the turkey neck, the jowls, the lines in the face. And basically Father Time is showing up to break it off in their ass. All right, now let's just go through some of these surprising excuses women use to reject men. Now, I'm not going to read you this whole thing. You don't come here for me to read to you. I'm going to go through this right here. Now, some of these are breakups as well. Not just rejections if you ask a woman out or you work with her, you see her in college, what have you. Like the 100th one here is, it's not you, it's me, which in reality is no, it definitely is you.
It's not me.
Just so you know, that is the other end of that. 99, I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I've heard this a couple times, but usually you hear this from women who sport the tramp stamp and they're looking to get tooled up. 98, I already have a boyfriend, means she's not interested, don't talk to her, which is valid. 97, I just want to be friends. Heard every person in the friend zone ever. And if you ever find yourself in the friend zone, when in doubt, asshole your way out, because assholes get second chances. Nice guys don't. All right, 96 here. I got out of a bad relationship recently. Could be valid. Typically, once you hear that, do not push. You're asking for a trip to HR or calling the cops. 95, I'm a lesbian or bisexual. I've only heard this once, and she basically said she was bisexual. Not really a fan of that. Doesn't really work for me. It is what it is. I need to be single right now is, right up there with 96. I'm not looking to date anyone at the moment is a retread of the other one. Look, if you hear stuff like that, it's dead. Dead in the water. Don't come back. No second passes. Just leave it alone. You're asking for trouble. My life is so hectic and busy because she's probably a feminist, strong and independent, bit off more than she can chew, and it's burning up all her time. Again, she's doing you a favor. Get the hell out of there. 91, I don't have the time. It's a retread of 92. I work constantly, which is, basically in the same ballpark. 89, I have kids and pets to care for. That's just a generic rejection. She really can't think of anything else, and she just throws that out. Take it with a grain of salt and move on. I need to focus on my career and education, said the feminist. You don't need that in your life. Communism with tits. Bail, bail, bail. Sorry, you're not my type. Honesty, I can respect that. Got it. You're just way too nice. Again, I've heard this when I was moved into the friend zone myself, which happened a lot when I was younger. Didn't really change until I started being an asshole. I was moved into the friend zone less and less. I'm kind of seeing someone, meaning she's getting blown out and she has no room for you in her stack. My fiance is here, which is a legitimate reason. The minute you hear that, bail. Oh, I'm married. Definitely bail. That's how you get shot, stabbed, and get the shit beat out of you.
Not a great plan.
I'm engaged or about to be engaged. Again, don't mess with that. I have this condition/illness. Now, when you hear that, that's just medical bills and drama. Best to leave it alone. 79, my boyfriend will be here in a minute. Again, bail. You don't need that situation. Hold on, it's my boyfriend or/husband calling. Again, that's a signal to get away from her. Immediately do that. Don't risk any drama. In current year with Me Too and all of the aftermath, all you really got to do is piss a woman off, and next thing you know, you're cuffed and stuffed. You're going to the cage where guys have guns, and it's going to run you between $5 and $30K to get out from underneath that. You don't need that. I need to focus on myself. Feminist. Or she's getting ran through. You don't need that. My parents wouldn't approve. Typically when you hear that one, they have a religious background. That's usually the main reason I hear that. And over-religious, not a good thing. I came here with friends. Okay, she's not interested. Listen, I've been to many, many bars in my poon hunting days. I've seen women come into the bar in gaggles, 15, 20 women. If one of them is truly interested in you, she will ditch her friends, and that's the way it is. Or at a bare minimum, she'll give you her number. Sorry, I'm feeling sick. I gotta go. That one is pretty much a default setting. I have a horrible headache. I heard that a lot when I was married. That's how I became a master debater, meaning you're doing marriage wrong, and that's probably why I got divorced. I'm working on a huge project for work, and it's so time-consuming. Retread of the feminist excuses. I would, but I'm leaving for insert location here tomorrow. I've used this one myself. It is effective. They're not interested in you. Just move along. I can't. I'm actually moving to. Got it. Same as above. I just got over a bad breakup. All right, legitimate reason. Again, back out slowly, because if it was a bad breakup, she might have some anger issues or negative emotions. You do one thing wrong and she lashes out, you're going to jail. I'm working things out with my ex. I've heard that before. Could be legit, could not. Either way, they're not interested. I'm still in love with my ex-boyfriend. All right, now, if you hear this, more than likely, she will never get over her ex-boyfriend. She's been alpha widowed, and in the future, if it turns into something, it's just temporary, because you will always be competing against alpha male guy. All right, I have a chronic illness, mental disorder. The minute you hear crazy, even no matter what she says, leave. You don't need that in your life. Going through an awful depressive period. Okay, leave that be. That's a mental thing. I find out recently I'm pregnant. Definitely don't mess with that. You don't need that aggravation. I'm confused about my sexuality, so I don't know. Okay, that's the same as the bisexual thing. It might be cool if she invites friends. I highly advise you not to do that, because that is how you wind up in an Eiffel Tower situation, or to what I refer as gay sex with a witness. Okay? I can't date outside my religion, which is valid. I can't date outside my race or culture, which is valid. I can't date anyone younger or older than me. It all depends upon the age gap. Got it. I can't date short or tall guys. Typically, it's the short guy they won't date. I don't know why that magic number is 6 feet. I myself have never made the 6 foot mark. I fluctuate between 5'10", 5'11", and on quite a few times I have been basically told you're not tall enough. Okay, got it. I need someone who's stable, financially or emotionally. All right, typically it's financially. If you have enough money, they will overlook emotional bullshit because they want some of that money. 53. I don't date people who have been engaged or married before. Very valid. Not so much about the engaged, but at my age, I don't mess with divorced women. And I'm going to tell you why. They know how the system works. They have wielded that power against another man, took half his shit, and probably don't feel guilty about it in the slightest. You don't need that in your life. It's literally like inviting a hurricane into your house. Don't do it. I don't date people who work in, insert here, blah, blah, blah. When I was in the Army, I've got that quite a few times. I don't date military men. Okay, it's valid. Not a big deal. 51. I would meet you, but I got a flat tire on the way there. Typically, if you're a dude and you get stood up, it doesn't really matter what the reason was. If you go on a second date with her after she's done that, you are going to be at a disadvantage in regards to respect. Because basically she just primed the pump that she can literally clean her shoes off on you because you're a doormat and everything will be fine. Give you a little excuse, blah, blah, blah. I can't go on a date today. My car broke down. Same thing. I wish I could see, but I got called into work a few minutes ago. That may or may not be valid. Again, if you're an approacher and you get that, back away slowly. Not a big deal. Sorry, I can't go out today. I have a really bad cold virus. Could be valid. You know, on this particular excuse, it might warrant a second phone call, a week, 7 days later, if it's a first date kind of thing. If you went out with her once and you start getting, excuses like this, bail. All right, save your dignity. Do you have a cat, dog? Well, sorry, I'm highly allergic to them, which is valid if it's true. Our signs don't match. It's an astrology thing. That woman's crazy. Don't mess with it. I'm so busy right now. I promise I'll call you later. That never happens. They never call you later. I'm so busy right now. I promise we'll meet up soon. I've heard this quite a few times, and usually she'll say that while she's on the phone, going to get plowed out by another dude. and you just didn't make the cut, or you're just one of the low-level individuals on a rotation. So take it with a grain of salt. You don't want to date me. I'm extremely complicated. Take her at her word. If a woman says she's crazy or difficult in any way, shape, or form, believe her. I need someone more mature, sophisticated. That is the excuse you get for you don't have enough money. Oh, you smoke. I'm sorry. I don't date smokers. Valid. I have nothing negative to say here. I've used that myself. I myself don't date smokers. It's just nothing but a bunch of drama. Sorry, I'm really into bad boys more. Now, this is a backhanded disrespect. It's the equivalent of saying, oh, you're the type of guy that's husband material. Meaning that you're the stable guy that she wants later on down the road after she's been ran through. I honestly can't see us working out. I've heard that before. Basically, when you hear that, there's too many doubts going around in the back of her mind. You are never going to quell those doubts. So take it on the chin and exit stage left with your dignity. Let's be friends first, see what happens. Never do that. Men and women can't be friends. And that is basically the bait for the friend zone. You're way too old, young for me. We've heard that one before. I can't date you because I don't like children. If you have kids and she doesn't, that's actually very common. I see you more like a relative brother than a boyfriend. Oh my God, I've heard this. All right, so I was really into this one woman, and I knew this particular woman since she was fairly young because I was basically her brother's best friend. Yeah, I got out of the army. I made a play for it. Got the I look at you more as a brother fucking, spiel, and that was it. I just quit talking to her for probably a good decade and a half. It just is what it is. She got really butthurt about it. I don't care. But again, when you get to your deathbed, you want to have as much of your dignity and self-respect as you can because it makes the transition easier, i.e., not as many regrets. I'm not the one you want. I won't be able to make you happy. Okay, that's standard whore talk. Our personalities are way too different. Valid. I need someone a lot more outgoing and calmer. Typically, when you get more than one excuse, it's you. She's just not into you, okay? I'm too stressed out to get into a relationship. That's feminist talk. You too serious, comedic for me. Women love to laugh. If you're making her laugh and she's not into you, she never will be. And if you're too serious, more than likely she's a free spirit and it's been plowed out and you don't need it anyway. I don't want to get into anything serious right now, said the tramp stamp queen. You're a little too sweet and kind for me. Again, she likes to get plowed out by the bad boys. So you're not a good kisser. I need someone who can kiss. Now that one is a very difficult one to hear as a dude. I myself have never got that, but I know guys who have. Very, very punishing to the ego. Let's see, we have different social values and standards. Very similar to you're not in my culture, blah, blah, blah. I'm a vegan, vegetarian. I don't date non-vegan vegetarians, which is valid. Most of these women who are vegan are going to have to eat meat at some point because there's a bunch of nutrients in there that you're not going to get from just eating vegetables all the time. I can't be with someone who doesn't like cats, dogs, or pets. All right, valid. I honestly can't see us working out. It's a retread of another one. Let's see, I have way too much baggage to date you. She's being honest. Believe her. When women say shit like that, believe them. I need someone a lot more adventurous. That's basically, she likes it in the pooper. What are you going to say? Sarah, I can't call you because I completely lost your number, which is a stone cold lie. I've heard this one dozens upon dozens of times. I drank too much to remember what happened last night. That is what they say right before the cops come.
Phrasing?
You don't need that aggravation. 19. You are too intelligent for me. Again, believe them when they say shit like this. She could be super hot and very dumb. And yeah, in the short term, it'll work because she's super hot. But looks fade. And you're going to get stuck with an old idiot. You got to look around the corner. You got to look at the horizon and see where you're going. Because if you don't, you're going to get sunk in the harbor. I only date people with a degree, master's, doctorate, what have you. I've heard this a few times. I don't really care. I don't come across as the college-educated type. I have a bachelor's degree in public administration with a minor in finance and statistical analysis. So I've actually heard this before. Oh, yeah, you need a college, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Suck my balls.
I don't even counter. I'm just like, yep, that's it. Done. Don't ever get caught into bickering or gambling or trying to justify yourself in regards to a woman's opinion. The minute they say some shit like that, if it has any negative connotation, just stop what you're saying, move along to the next target. I have no idea you wanted us to go out. That's just kind of an innocent response. It's not positive or negative, so you can handle that how you see fit. See, you talk to other girls, I don't want to take that chance. All right, so she's basically indirectly saying you're probably going to cheat on her. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't know. I won't go out with a player.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I've heard that a few times. I didn't really come across too much as a player back in the day, but apparently some women thought so. It is what it is. I'd rather not take the chance of a guy cheating with me or playing with my emotions. That's just a retread of the one a couple above it. I'm far too emotional to be with anyone. Believe her when she says this. More than likely, she's bipolar. Check her medicine cabinet for meds if you get into her house or apartment. Okay, my ex-boyfriend husband just got out of jail.
Hey, open up in there! Come on, open up, I'll break the door down!
It would kill you if we went out. Okay, you don't need that. Don't do it. I don't care how good it looks. She's not into you. Let it be. You're too perfect for me. All right, again, that's a retread of you're too nice. Got it. Is that your car? Oh, I thought you drove a Porsche. That's a hidden insult, plain and simple. Back in my dating years, I rolled up in a rusty pickup truck, and I've had women go, can't do it. Sorry. That happened like 2-3 times to me. Don't care. It is what it is. Your car is too dirty. I can't be with someone who has a dirty car. That is me, 100%. My cars are not rigged for chicks. I store my gym equipment in there. I store survival equipment in there. Tools, what have you. Stuff that I use on the regular. I just want to have it ready to go. So, yeah. I don't date someone with a messy apartment or home. Listen, when they say shit like that, don't get upset. Don't play that, well, I'll clean it for you. Don't. Just go, oh, okay. That's it. Move along.
Move along. Move along.
You remind me of my cousin, brother, father. It's a retread. Basically, she's saying you're too similar to a family member for her to get romantically involved with. Let's see, I have a doctor's appointment. I need to get my hair done. That is an old one. I've heard that a bazillion times. Not into you. Insert relative friend birthday today and I can't make it. That is the stand-up excuse. You're going to get stood up. Got it. Basically, she had second thoughts and she bailed on you. Oh gosh, I thought you were gay. That one I would get upset at. If some woman said, I've never heard that one before, but I'd be like, what? Oh no! Number 2, we have too much in common and are too alike. Most people walk around out there and their worst enemy is themselves. You just have to accept that. So dating someone who's identical to you, basically you're inviting drama and all kinds of negative shit into your life. And again, when she says shit like this, believe her. And the number one here is, I have a big wedding funeral to attend. Soft shoe, not interested excuse. All right, now, we ran through the entire list. Women are really good at avoiding making excuses, trying to let you down gently. That's just the way it works. Now, as a dude, you have to get out of your feelings. If you're out there dating, which I don't advise in current year, but if you are doing it, I understand. I was young myself. I know how it works. But you have to realize, at a minimum, you're going to get 15 no's for every yes. And that was in the 1990s. It's probably higher now. So you might actually have 30, 40, 50 no's to get to one yes. You're going to have to get mentally tougher. Don't let it hurt your ego. Don't take it personal. At the end of the day, it's just a fucking numbers game, man. Play the numbers. All right, I've gone on far enough, and I will talk to you guys later.